Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Sonic 2006. Time for the S rank in very hard tropical jungle with Silver. This one's going to be quite a lot different from what we saw in the normal video, because I'm going to take an entirely different route. I've mentioned in the Crisis City video that most of these S ranks were pretty damn hard. This one wasn't, not really. I didn't do it first try. We're going to see a few fail attempts at the end, but it wasn't like frustrating or anything. It had a few tricky spots, but it was also once again genuinely rewarding to figure out. And similar to Crisis City, I do feel that they actually took into consideration ranking high as an actual challenge when making this level, which is something I really appreciate. It seems to be more of an afterthought than anything for most of the other levels, where you just get random point bonuses, random amounts of rings everywhere, but for this specific one, no, actually they did try to make this into an actual challenge and try to only put just enough points along your route from enemies, from rings and so on, so that you would actually have to struggle quite hard to make it correctly to the end. First of all, we're going to skip a little bit. I didn't actually intend to fall here, but fortunately, due to how bullshit you can extend Silver's glide, you can actually make it around here. This skips a lot of turtle serving to get to these rings and to the 2000 points that these enemies represent. This is 60 rings, that's a bunch, right? And there is some more rings here, and again, 80 rings, that's 800 points just from the rings. Even if I lose them during the course of the level, that is a lot of points for free basically, because again I skipped out. Otherwise I would have to take the turtle that is going to come in from the right, ride it all the way around, and then take this one again, which has its own risks, and it just takes a lot of time. Why risk? Well, you'll see. Anyway, so we're just going to ignore the turtle to the right, something I could have also done in the original run, of course, because you just found out that it just goes back around and to the left, and we're going to continue to the first checkpoint here. And this is also where we're going to deviate a little bit from the route relatively soon. Gotta take the turtle first, of course, if I can ever hit this, but fortunately these blocks, you can just pick them up. I might have shown this off at some point in the normal part of the Let's Play, I don't remember. I did know that you can do that, however. It's just not something that usually comes up, but you can. And this is where we deviate. You can take this route here very easily without the turtle, which is great because it means you don't have to wait for the slow turtle, and you are obviously also intended to do this in some way, because otherwise why would they put all of these enemies here? Something interesting, by the way, the blue soldier enemies, they have 2 health, but the thrown arm ball did actually take this one out immediately. I wonder how exactly that is programmed, because they must have special abilities on that projectile itself, because it also can take out the armless robots in one hit. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, this time I deliberately go here and spawn all of these enemies, and I lose all of the rings because missiles are honestly a little bit bullshit and it's not like you could see them. And the ball helps me out by killing the big boy. And the ball takes 1000 points away from me, because as we have learned during the normal videos, environmental kills do not actually give you points, even though you basically cause them to happen. That's a little bit annoying. Also, you have to be really precise to get this one. You need to be at the absolute apex of your jump and then hope the hitboxes align, and I just decide to give up. It's like it's 400 points, yeah sure, but it's not entirely worth it. So let's just continue with our lives and the level, huh? Including this guy here, and yeah. Now this is basically the other route you can take. I circled back around to this just to explore a little bit during the normal video, but this is how you do it efficiently, more or less. You can pick up a few more rings here, and as we know now, you can just jump up here and continue, which is also a part of the problem in the original level version. Just guidance wise, you just don't quite know where to go. I do love when this works out. I don't know, however, why it doesn't kill them in one hit, but I think that's just the game more or less randomly deciding, oh, did you just graze them, which knocks them over, or did you hit them straight on, which kills them immediately? It's a bit weird. There is an extra pillar over here and some enemies guiding an obvious glide path. You don't have to float up on the pickup cone. You don't have to float up on that stone platform as I claimed, thinking that this must be the only way in the original video. It is rather tight as far as glides go. Once again supporting the idea that they absolutely know that you can do that, the glide extension, by tapping the button, and they absolutely require you to do that as well. I do think that for the vanilla game they did not plan for that to be a mechanic in any way. All of the glides are in the way that you can easily do it by just holding the button. It's sometimes a little tight, but it's never like impossible to do. But here they know and they need you to do this now. So they basically made something which I would consider a bit of an exploit into an actual game mechanic. And I don't mean that you stop, let yourself drop a little bit, stop, let yourself drop. That's normal, that makes sense. I mean tapping the button so that you basically don't lose any height and massively extend the length. That's a difference. And I'm not trying to start a debate on if this is like a glitch or cheating or whatever. It's just, it doesn't matter. I do stuff all the time that is similar to this. Happily so, because that makes the game a lot of fun. There's no value judgment here, just to be clear. But it is interesting to see something like that, which, as I said, I think it is not entirely intended from the get-go, turned into a legitimate mechanic. Anyway, we are almost at the end and you can see that I'm desperately trying to preserve my points. I do know that I can do this without getting hit because I did that in the normal video. So let's see if I can pull this off here. That's a good start. That's a very good end here. Once again, not killing them immediately, but at least I got my 2000 points from them. You can tell that because I was taking a rather brisk route, I don't get that many points. There is at least one big point opportunity which I skipped by not going to the left path, but because I kept my rings, I was very happy that I could do that. I am actually going to make the S rank like this, with all of the components, points, time, rings mattering, very well designed in the end in my opinion. And now we're going to have a few clips to laugh at. Some of them, as you can tell, rather early, 1.5 minutes in. It's not too bad, not too bad. I was circling around here, doing the same skip, and okay, thanks. Great. I don't know what happened there. The turtle was just deciding that it's not my day to live now. This one here hurt a little bit. As you can tell, 114 rings, a good amount of points, and then I just flubbed my my glide management. I just ran out of energy. It's just my own fault, not the game screwing me over for once. Happens, you know, just dumb. This one here, I'm a little bit more successful in the gliding stage. 45 rings, 17,000 points, very similar to the successful run, but the missile decides to take a little bit of a circle around and hit me here, which I really was annoyed from, because their homing is frankly quite unfair sometimes, and then I'm frazzled, I get hit again, of course, I get even more points than in the successful run, but because I got 0 rings, I would only have needed 20, that is an A rank and not an S rank. Frustrating. Thank you very much for your attention.